There is no other way to reach the destination, and this time I will not be scared. I am feeling a bit anxious about this whole situation. How did your night go? It was a little far along the forest path to get to the village. I made a flower from stones at home, and it was crafted with great effort. However, a witch sits idle and does not let anyone use this flower. In front of the flower, there is a big house. There is a well-known civil engineer in the city. He got married 2 years ago to a girl named Raja Rampura. After 2 years, for the first time, he had to go to Raja Rampura for their sake. Even though he has a good reputation, he is accustomed to this status. Health-wise, it was reported that the voting person must have tried to say something. Upon hearing this, Radha became even more frightened. This work was so frightening that for the next 2 nights, she couldn't sleep and kept seeing corpses. When she tried to discuss this, the elderly man spoke up, stating she should never talk about it. So, the conversation was cut off, but the memory of that incident lingered in Radha's mind. The voting person surely must have tried to communicate something, and even hearing it made Radha fear even more. With a horror that had clung to her, in the following 2 nights, she would see or hear something terrifying. It was as if strange, uncanny sounds were coming near. One night, in a possible sleepwalk-like state, she began moving like a flower, completely unaware that it seemed as though something was calling out to her deeply. As she looked around, shadows began pulling her towards the flower. She placed her trying to find the others. As Radha ventured behind the house, she came to realize that a foot on the flower. Realizing she wasn't merely dreaming. Curiously, she noticed that she had fully sunk into the stream when it had already been mentioned, and she hurriedly obstructed the conversation. And quat? Why have you all been sitting here so long, and quat? She inquired meekly, pretending to interact as she led them back to their room. They both went to sleep, but Radha was terrified to sleep, sensing that some evil from that night might return to haunt her. When she was out in the dark, she gazed toward the flower, and suddenly, it felt like shadows of 3 or 4 people were leaning towards it, scaring her. She wanted to talk about it, but her courage faded in the deep night. Feeling brave, she quietly went outside towards the flower, hearing a divine voice calling her. It felt like someone was screaming out her name, signaling something. As she peered closely, she recognized not stones or pebbles, but rather the faces of 4 men staring back at her, making her tremble with terror. These were the same men she had talked to earlier that night, and their voices echoed the same warning. Those who had disturbed the witch could face dire consequences. Radha spent the night anxious, thinking about how she could escape this horror. The next morning, she confided her fears to those around her, trying to make sense of her unsettling experiences. When she attempted to speak about it, she realized no one was ready to hear the warnings. After collecting her thoughts, she shared the intriguing events concerning the witch's eerie hold on their land and home. The villagers had heard rumors of her presence and advised against disturbing her, leading to a fear-stricken atmosphere in the village. As the days went by, the atmosphere turned tense. One night, while sleep eluded her, Radha dreamt of giving birth to a child amid all the chaos, but even in her dreams, she felt a shadow